The DC cinematic universe over the last 10 years has not been great. While they always managed to raise the bar with the Batman movies, sadly the rest of the universe failed to perform. This is not to say that DC did not have its moments. The Man of Steel movie was wildly praised, and so was the first Wonder Woman movie. Unfortunately for DC, they tried to build up a universe while Marvel was at its peak. While Marvel has long since been removed from their prime days and is clearly in a decline, their success during the first 3 phases cannot be denied. DC during this time did do its best to hang on. They released a critically acclaimed Joker movie as well as Shazam that was loved by both critics and the audience. Sadly, Shazam was never a true box office success. While $366 million is definitely no small feat, it paled in comparison to what other movies within the genre were pulling in. The recent crop of movies that were still produced under the old leadership proved why DC might have requested a change. Wonder Woman 1984 is considered one of the worst movies in the universe. This is saying a lot if you consider that they also produced Suicide Squad. Both critics and fans agree that the film was mediocre at best. Both critics and fans also agree that it is embarrassing to watch this video and not like and subscribe. With that, while the $170 million box office number for Wonder Woman might not be an accurate depiction of the success of the movie, most can agree that it left plenty to be desired. Birds of Prey was another box office disappointment that left many wanting more. While Margot Robbie's Harley Quinn was very well received in the first Suicide Squad, sadly the same cannot be said about her standalone movie. Straight from the announcement, producers fall into every trap imaginable. The original name for the movie did not even feature Harley Quinn's name. The reception was so bad that they had to go back and reshoot certain portions of it. Unfortunately, this was not enough to save the film from box office disappointment. Both fans and critics agreed that the movie left plenty to be desired. Although Harley Quinn started off her journey as nothing more than a sidekick for Joker, over the years she had proved that she can carry a film or series on her own. It is just unfortunate that this specific live action did not live up to that. The Batman vs. Superman movie did not do much for the reputation of the old DC either. Although this film did much better at the box office, most executives within Warner Bros. Were still disappointed that it could not reach the $1 billion mark. With 3 of the leading superheroes within the universe front and center, most would have expected it to do at least as well as its counterpart Captain America: Civil War. Insiders also revealed this to be the reason why executives wanted to move on from Henry Cavill. Although no blame can be placed on the back of Cavill, by 2018 they were ready to recast the role of Superman. Leaks revealed that producers were frustrated that Henry Cavill and Ben Affleck together could not break $1 billion at the box office. For many though, this is not a reflection of the actors at all. If these leaks are true, and there is plenty of evidence to prove that they are, it shows a lack of leadership and vision within the company. A true reflection of why a change had to be made. The most recent box office disappointment was obviously Black Adam. Many fans had extremely high hopes that sadly never lived up to reality. The film failed to build up any real traction with fans. While the highly anticipated return of Henry Cavill as Superman did happen in a post-credit scene, even this was taken away from us. At $360 million, the movie made almost no money. It is clear why the new DC leadership won't be continuing forward and turning Black Adam into a franchise. Unfortunately for DC, things right now are not set to get any better within the next year. While hope can be on the horizon with the brand new reboot under James Gunn, a disaster from previous leadership is still very much present. A slew of films produced under former executives is slated for release later this year. Sadly, almost none of these projects is trending very well. Reports have been rampant, suggesting that Aquaman 2 is trending to be one of the worst films within the DCU. According to screen tests, audiences absolutely despise it. This was first reported by Viewer Anon and then also backed up by big screen leaks. They claim that multiple screenings have been done. None of the audience received the movie very well. This is also the reason why Warner Bros. Have been avoiding talking about the film altogether. You also have a secondary problem with the movie in the form of Amber Heard. After her controversial trial with Johnny Depp, most fans were calling for her removal. While DC decided to stand behind her, many viewers feel like this was a poor choice. As of right now, we still do not know the true state of the movie. If reports are to be believed, a bit of trouble might be on the horizon. A second film that is not trending very well right now is the upcoming Shazam 2. As of this moment, the movie is tracking to have one of the worst openings in DC history. Box office experts predict that the film will earn somewhere between $43 and $52 million. Even the highest estimate of $52 million still falls short of the first Shazam movie, which grossed $53 million on the opening weekend. Also, keep in mind that all of these numbers are the best case scenario. While Wonder Woman 1984 still currently holds the record for the lowest opening weekend at $16 million, Shazam could grab that unwanted crown. With that, not everything within the DCU is doomed and gloomy. As stated, all of these bad numbers happened under the previous leadership. The upcoming Flash movie is set to reboot the whole universe and will officially kick off the James Gunn slate. From this point forward, we can look forward to 2025 and Superman Legacy. While some presence of the old DC will still remain, luckily it is the best parts. Although previous leadership did get plenty wrong, they did also get a few things right. Both Joker and the Batman with Robert Pattinson will remain standalone films. Another thing that you have to hand to the previous leadership is their casting choices. Credit for this can be given to Zack Snyder, who did the best that he could. He did all he could with Justice League, but sadly a death in the family saw him not being able to follow through with the original film. While the Snyder Cut was eventually released, sadly it came too late. It is also clear that he was not the driving force behind the poor decision to underutilize Henry Cavill. All we can do now is look ahead to 2025. The hope of the DC universe is with James Gunn.